Wow, 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 wow. Yo, am I dreaming? Yo, yo, this is a damn near perfect show. Like, damn. Yo, this, wow. Just wow. Like, oh, sorry. Like, seriously, all throughout the night, even Oldberg, this was like a damn near perfect show. Goodness gracious. Just excitement all throughout the event. Just as I did, man. Goodness gracious. Well, Stephen Curry got 10 rebounds. Damn. Oh, anyway. Sorry, I got distracted. But just damn. See what I mean? See what I mean? When you could actually, when WWE, I told you, they know they can. Just like we all know. We know they can pull out. Because every match had to be damn near, just like the Sasha, I think Roman Reigns and Brock Lesnar was like 30 minutes. Just the same as probably Edge and Rollins, 25, 20, or if not 25, or Sasha Banks. Also, Sasha Banks, Becky Lynch and Bianca Belair also were probably like 20, 25 minutes. Yeah, damn. Every match had time to it. It was just spectacular. Oh my goodness. I just couldn't let my eyes off the screen. I felt like I did not feel at least bored all throughout. But before also I get into everything else I have to say after the fact, after we critique and go over directly to all throughout the openers in the end. Yeah, let's get straight into it because not waste any time, right? Okay, so the opener, the kickoff match. Oh, but I will say also that I didn't even know I didn't even know that it was starting so early. But well, it is Saudi Arabia, and you know how he feels about his money there. You know how Vince feels about his money there because he do indeed make his most. No, he does makes his most of his money in Saudi Arabia. But we'll get into that later. So the kickoff, it was a good match. Yeah, nothing special. The Usos doing what they do. The Bloodline versus the Hurt Business. He had some technical grappling, shoulder blocks, double teaming, D-arm drags. You had some more technical grappling. Then you had a spine buster by Shelton to Jay. Then you had, back and forth leading to Enziguri by Jay. Then you had a Jimmy combination to the Hurt Business. Then it was a big knee buster by Shelton. Usual Uso combination. Before that, leading to a huge 360 splash by Jay as the Bloodline retained. Of course, we knew they was going to retain. Why wouldn't they? Yeah, that was a good match, like I said. And then they'll even they go straight into it. I like that too. They get straight to the fucking business. As Seth Rollins and Seth Rollins versus Edge. As we go right into it, Seth Rollins versus Edge in a Hell in a Cell. I don't know. Looking at this match, obviously they was going to have another classic, but I still feel, I still feel that this match, that the match that they had at SmackDown is still the. Even though people might call this, the best match of the decade, or the best match they ever had, or just probably one of the best matches of Edge's career, at both of them combined. Yeah, obviously too. Yeah, I do consider this the best match. Like Seth has given Edge the best matches of his career. Oh my gosh, damn! Since I've been talking so much, my voice be cracking. But yeah, like Seth really has given Edge the best of his matches. Like they have a just wonderful extreme chemistry together. That's crazy. Like, and just the first time they met each other too. I bet they really haven't since. Well, I know. Yeah, we know the first time they met. back in 2014, but this is like the first time they ever wrestling. The first trilogy of them ever wrestling. So it's like really crazy. That's just wild. And they know how to put in a extreme chemistry like that. That don't come once to the often. That's natural. That's just natural gear talent. And, yeah. No, sorry. Yeah, you had your typical back and forths. Then you had your big boot by Edge. Seth jumps from the apron with the knee to Edge. Yeah, he jumps from the apron with the knee to Edge. Then the Edge uses the cage. I think when he was trying to get on the turnbuckle, he tries, then he pushes him off, using the cage to attack Rollins. Then you had execution on Rollins as Edge goes for the pin, and then 1, 2, 3 kick out, and then Seth counters Edge's his chair shots with a leg. Oh yeah, with a leg he uses sort of spin on a submission, and then for some weird reason the crowd starts to. They must really love WWE down there too. Yeah, well, considering idiots, but yeah, they really love WWE down there in Saudi Arabia. As the crowd starts to chant, they start to chant Triple H, Triple H, Triple H. Like you can clearly hear it. Like I hear, like I don't, I know I don't go mad when I hear that. I know when I hear Triple H. So they started trampling Triple H for some reason. Because he connected to I guess Seth. Earlier in his career was connected to Triple H. So I guess that's why they started. Kind of like an Easter egg. Started training Triple H. And then Edge drop kicks Rollins to the steel cage. The Hell in a Cell. So he tried to get into the match, and then that's when Edge dropped him to the steel cage. Then it was a shoulder. He did a shoulder spear to Rollins when Rollins was up against the turnbuckle. Then you had some chair shots from Rollins to Edge. Then you had a crossface by Edge. Seth tried to desperately escape. Then he used the chair to finally escape from Edge's crossface onslaught. Then it was a frog splash by Seth freaking Rollins. Seth is one of the best performers. I think they got it all wrong, but I'll say that. But Seth is one of the best. Like I said, just one of the best performers of today. As is Roman. It's just fucking phenomenal. And then Seth goes for a top rope attack, but it's probably with this. But Edge dumps his, he dumped his bitch ass right into the cell. On top of the table. Just like this match, they matches have been so crazy. Like, just damn. And then Seth tried to get right back into it, and then Edge hit a Edge-O-Matic on the steel steps. Damn. Like this match was going off the rails. It's just like they kept going back and forth, back and forth. They're trying to overbeat each other. With an overcrushing move. But after that, Seth basically barely can get up. Seth lays helplessly beaten. Edge goes on top, top of the rope, only to come crashing down with a steel chair. Basically he did a fall with a steel chair onto Seth. And as Edge attempts to lay waste to Rollins with a spear, Seth counter kicks and dumps Edge to the mat with a pedigree. And then that was, 1-2 kick out. It's like, damn. And then, Rollins tries to put an end to Edge with a curb stomp. Edge uses his own move against him. As he buckle bottoms Edge, when Seth does, he picks you up. It's like a power, when he's getting ready to do a power bomb, but he throws you right into the turnbuckle. That's what Edge did to him. And it's called the buckle bomb. Right onto the turnbuckle, and then he speared him into oblivion. And Edge still kicked out. I mean, Rollins still kicked out 1-2 kick out. Yep, it was one of those matches. One of those matches. Yeah, I'm talking about John Cena, Orton, HBK Taker, Triple H, Batista, Brock Lesnar, Kurt Angle. Just one of those matches, for damn sure. Those trilogies. Oh, with Edge and Seth Rollins, it just brought me back. Just one of those fucking matches where it's just dream matches, and it's just you're gonna get nothing but spectacular. And the crowd chants the usual. This is awesome, as he truly was. Then Rollins launches Edge into a leaning ladder. Damn, I know I couldn't do that. That fucking hurts so. Ah, ah. And then Seth continuously strikes Edge and puts him on the table. You know, strikes him. So he kept striking him and striking him to keep him on the table. Then he climbs up to the ladder. As Edge was still trying to fight off and build momentum to Seth, trying to slow down the momentum. But Seth, gets the upper band back on Edge as he strategically puts Edge as he slams him to the table with a sun flip powerbomb as Edge still kicks out. I thought that was the best spot in the match. This has got to be the best spot in the match. Oh my gosh. Or I think, one of the best spots of all year. I still probably have to go back, but one of the best spots. Well, to me right now, definitely one of the best spots of all year. Just damn, he just like this, like a flip off into the ladder and just Edge right into the fucking table. Oh my gosh, like, have you ever seen that? Like, damn, Seth just pulls this shit out of the bag. And then Edge still kept getting up. He still wouldn't go down. It's like, oh my gosh. I was like, Lord. And then Seth, that's when Seth wraps a steel chain around his boot. And then Edge, moves his on, and Seth connects with a steel chain super kick. Damn, that's the Edge. I knew that had to fucking hurt. Knew that had to hurt. Kind of fucking, clocked. Steel clocked with a steel chain on a boot. Damn. Like, oh gosh, I know he had to be, his head probably still ringing even after the fact. And then he beat down, bloody, scratched up. Damn, it's just he had all kinds of scratches and bleeding scratches, beaten to a pulp. His body was all red, sweating, hair all wet. Edge was real damn. He was beaten up. You could tell to his face. He was real fucking beat up. And then Seth goes down for a chain curve stop. And when Seth tries to go for a chain curve stop, Edge pulls up and Rollins gets a leg full chair right in his balls. He's like, fuck. Don't do that. Right into your balls. Ooh, that's gotta stink. And then, Edge also gives Seth a taste of his own super kick. And then, Seth lets go of Rollins, with that metal crowbar with the crossface. He's like, I thought he was about to go with the usual, he's been doing with the chair, the pulled up the peeled off chair stop, stub, and then leading into a crossface. But no, he wants to give Seth, a little bit of that more carb medicine as he curve stops him. Oh, it looks so beautiful too. Oh gosh, he curve stops Seth. 1, 2, 3. Yep, as we get another fucking classic to the Edge and Rollins trilogy. Goodness gracious. After that he's just looking to the crowd, battered, beaten, basically bloody, scratched up. Like I said, hair, sweat, just wrinkled out. As he looked there, he just crowd just giving him his respect, as he so rightfully deserved. That crowd was terrific. I love that crowd. It just brought back so many memories too. Like, oh my gosh, loved it every second of it. Fucking classic. Like it's again, like I don't know how, and it's like Seth. I know also because they don't like people. I know there's people out there that don't like to give Seth his credit. But Seth is even more than Roman Reigns, more than Roman. I think he's like because he's had back to back class with great matches with classics to everybody, like stealing the show, just like they did, like stealing the show more than like Roman. So I would say like as far as I'm concerned, Seth is the true face of this company because he's just been going back and back and back. Just putting on giving his body classic after classic, and just like Seth is really at the top of his game right now. He's in the peakest form of himself. Like you can't get greater than that. So is Edge. After this, yeah, I'm definitely putting also putting Edge and it has to be in the top five, no doubt, top five with his storylines, the promo work, to his matches, everything, man. It's just you gotta give you gotta give Edge his flowers. He's been doing so much. He's been giving us so much goodies, too many goodies. And then yeah, that's it. After that long worthy treacherous match, goodness gracious, that is a match I would definitely replay over and over and over again. Just phenomenal. And then yeah, also this one surprised me. This man. So I know, like I said before, like I'll say it at the end too, but yeah, I'll go back to it at the end. But Mansoor. But y'all know what I said before. I made the video before this was coming up. You know, as we get a look at the second match, Mansoor versus Mustafa Ali. Oh yeah, and this one I loved it also. Just two guys. Yeah, not this Mansoor, another wrestler, grew on me now. I like him. He's fresh. He just showed that he can talk on the mic. He can damn sure wrestle at all. Like he has basically damn near everything. All he has to improve. Oh my gosh, the star power that he just lingers and into him. Gosh, can't wait. But he's not gonna get that with WWE. Let me tell you that right now. Not with Vince. But yeah, it's they start off with a test of strength, headlock by Mansoor. Yeah, Mansoor. I think Mansoor was most of all he was overall dominating this match basically. Like Ali couldn't get nothing off him, and then back and forth technical grabbing, then chops by Mansoor. Then there was a drop kick by Mansoor, slam to the barricade by Ali. Then there was a camel clutch by Ali. Don't see that too often too. I think Adam Cole does it, I guess, to do that, everybody's into now. The new bloods are into now. Still think that shit is gay. But yeah, I think that's kind of rare. It's Ali does a camel clutch, then Hurricane Rana into a DDT by Ali. Goodness. And it was a combination by Mansoor. He was doing his strikes, kicks, as he hits at the end Enziguri from a sidestep, sidestep kick into a spine buster, and then Mansoor, does a mental as he sidelines Ali with a big clothesline. He like splat into the mat, and then Mansoor goes for a dive. Ali then proceeds to snap, basically sidestep kick. It was like Enziguri though. Mansoor right to the head with Enziguri. And then Mansoor lifts Ali into the air like, oh man. And it throws him into the turnbuckle. And as Mansoor looks on, he cartwheels back like a missile as he goes straight first into Ali for a moonsault. And then, as Mansoor tries to fight through the pain, yeah, from that moonsault, like he almost broke his neck. I was like, okay, yeah, I hope he okay. Because that's, see, attempting those, especially, yeah, Brock definitely knows. When he tried to do that, those moves are definitely dangerous. So you gotta be careful with that. Wrong move can definitely get you injured. And then, so, yeah, after that, he tries to go for a pin, while Ali catches him in a Cobra clutch. Ali then goes for a 360 flash, but meets the mat. and then gets a leaping neck breaker. It's like he did, like when Chris Jericho does, leaps up for like he leaps up to does a punch or he does like a lion salt. But it's like he leaped up, jumped up off and then off the apron, bounces off the Mansoor. It's like he Mansoor leaped from the apron and then he did a neck breaker. I was like, oh okay. I was like, damn. And then yeah, he gets the win. I was straight up phenomenal. I did not expect that. I gave that either 4 stars. I was like, damn, goodness gracious. Damn near he like I guess he Ali gave Mansoor his best match. He just gave him his classic. Yep, the best match of his career so far already. Oh gosh, doesn't get more phenomenal than that. And then the craziest shit happened, like something out of fucking, you know, like Commando or like some world shit over there in Iran and some shit. Like this, like man, yeah, it's like this dude came out dressed in like whatever what Arabians wear or like Indians wear. I don't know what they wear. I apologize for not trying to really disrespect, but yeah, he dressed Jack Crest in the clothing and like he was all like he was basically hidden, his face hiding his face. And apparently, yeah, of course, the Arabians know him there. I didn't know. Yeah, he apparently he's like very famous. So like he has like a silver. They say like a silver belt in I guess like karate or MMA or something like that. And then he like straight up karate roundhouse kicks the fuck out of Ali. I was like, damn. Oh shit. I don't know if that's a new wrestler. No, wait, or because he's somewhere, so I guess he was just helping out, just there to be there. So yeah, after that, I was like, definitely one of my favorite matches. Also behind, Edge and Seth Rollins, and then we had another great match put on. It was a great match. RK Bro versus AJ Styles, and almost for the tag team championship. I mean, basically another rematch, but it still was a great match. It's Riddle. Yo, this man, I kid you not if y'all saw, this man fucking comes out on a fucking camel. Riddle comes out on a fucking camel. No lies, but like, if you had to see it, you had to see it. Like, it's just, you could just, it's all recorded too. Like, straight up hilarious. Like, he came out on a fucking camel. And then, starting the match, back and forth. Riddle tags in Randy as he sends AJ to the turnbuckle and almost sends her into the mat with a shoulder block. Screams, and then he screams. He screams, "This is my house!" Like what? stealing Paige's signature after she wilds out and straight up goes into fuck everybody mode. Like I don't know why you keep doing that. That's corny, especially her and hearing that from also Paige. That's fucking weird. So you know, I know Almost is probably still learning. I guess I don't know. Like AJ's probably still just there just to be there because I guess Vince still needs him there. But it's like oh gosh, like. But after I finished though, and then Almost drops Orton onto the turnbuckle, drop kicks to Orton from AJ. Then he tags Riddle in for maybe one of those hot tags as he does the combo. Double clothesline to AJ and Almost he side slams side slams Styles right into the mat. Then he does a falling backsplash and then a running kick from Riddle, right into AJ. Then you had a rolling a knee kick right into AJ's face by Riddle. And then tagged Orton right back in. And then strikes Almost and hits AJ. Well, with his signature power slam, basically setting him up for the RKO. And as AJ looks for a phenomenal punch, he already got it locked in. Once he senses it, he got it locked in. He better watch the fuck out. Yep, as AJ gets caught in an RKO out of nowhere. Bam! Right into the mat. Then, Riddle gets another tag. He tags back into Riddle. And he goes for the moonsault. And that's it. RK Bro retains. I guess, and I hope this is the last. Probably fucking not, because, I'm just right here. But, I don't know, like, I'm just, like, praying just for them to, like, because I know, almost still can't wrestle right now, so they should just really send him back to NXT or whatever developmental so he can really train and just put now AJ back into the whatever the mid card or main event picture. He just been I think he just been there for now basically a damn near a year, so or I don't know, like probably like a little bit longer, so it's time for AJ and Almost to go different paths. I've seen enough. So after that, Becky Lynch comes out of nowhere. It was actually a good promo. It was actually a good promo. Even though she still acted cringe, trying to be, as he tries to be a heel, it still was like, it was still good. It's good. Then we get Dewdrop versus Selena Vega for basically the ends. So that's what I guess they were doing this now. These King in the Ring. That's cool. That's cool. But the way we got these tournaments, like I've been saying, or many others have been saying, it's a waste. It was a waste of fucking time. So what does it really matter? But it's Dewdrop for Selena Vega for the title of Queen's Round. It was getting on too. I hoped it was a little bit longer, but how Vince feels about women's wrestling. Well, probably even worse, as he much feels about not giving a damn about actual wrestling. So, oh yeah, I don't know. Probably, I probably have to listen to JG after later, but I it's like what the fuck. Like, what? I hope y'all see it, but like, what the fuck was the women wearing all these? They was like fucking dressed up like they having. I don't know if they was having a like there, like they were like they couldn't come out in their usual gear. Like I don't know what the fuck. Like I was so confused. Like what the fuck is going on here? They dress like middle school girls at a tummy like that's what they look like. They look like they look like middle school girls that at a sleepover. Just coming home from a school night and they use a little like sleepover. Like what the fuck? I did not know what the deal was there. Like what the the whole fucking deal with them being like dressed up. Wow, just I don't know what the fuck was going on there. I don't know why they couldn't come out in their usual gear, but yeah, that's weird. But at least they got most of them got the matches right. Dewdrop's Dewdrop's the other one's awful. Guess she could kind of wrestle, but she's getting there. But she just lazily lays an axe handle on Vega, bad. There was a Hurricane Rana into a tornado DDT by Selena. That was good. And then Selena puts Dewdrop in a headlock, and then Dewdrop tries to go slam on Selena. Then she counters it by sending Dewdrop into the turnbuckle. And then it was a code breaker. It looked like a code breaker by Selena. Then there was Selena gets caught in the side slam by Dewdrop as she drops herself onto Selena. Oh, gosh, can you imagine being almost a 400-pound woman, and look how tiny Zelina is, being dropped, being straight up being dropped on. Oh, all that weight, fuck, couldn't be me. And then Cold Red is Zelina. She does her finisher. I'm guessing that's her finisher, and she becomes the first queen to be crowned of WWE. Like I said, it wasn't that long, but it was still a good match. Entertaining, but good match. And yeah, I hope to see more from her. I don't know if it's because I was hearing that she, one of the ones that could also be buried. As to why she came before, as to why she came back. It's other shit that's going on between there. Because some people really don't like her, call her fake. But that's another video too. But yeah, she I don't know, like I'll say on this though, like I honestly felt, happy for her. Like I've been saying, like I adore women's wrestling. I'm all for it, but like I said, this whole tournament was a fucking joke. So how am I supposed to, even care about it or just, you know, I still be happy for it, but the way they handled this, it's like how could you? How could you blame if the rest of y'all? How could I blame y'all? The rest of y'all for not giving a fuck, or just solely not giving a fuck because how women's wrestling been treating nowadays. So after that, we get I call it we get Bobby loves women. Bobby loves women versus you hurt my son. That's all I kept hearing from her. I get it, but I'll save that for later. So we get the fist match. Goldberg, that's what they call him, Goldberg. He struggles to strike first as Bobby lashes him with a barrage. He puts on a steel fist. He wraps the steel around his fist. Then afterwards, Bobby sends the old geezer into the turnbuckle. Yep, I was thinking this too. I kept clowning him all throughout the match. I do not. I'm sorry. Y'all probably agree with me too, but I should already know that by now. Also, I do not. I probably haven't made it clear much more, but I do not like Goldberg. Well, y'all heard a few. When I've been critiquing Raw, I do not like Goldberg. I don't. Don't like any. I just don't like anything about him. His charisma, his awful, god awful work in the ring, even much more terrible. His promos is much more garbage. His one-liners, he just kept saying, well, even while he just couldn't help himself. He just kept saying one-liners all throughout the match. He could not help himself. Like, oh my gosh, he just go into the match like, damn, we understand. Damn, he hurt your son. We get it. You were mad. You want to pummel him. And, after multiple chair shots by Bobby, he sends Oldberg right into the turnbuckle. And then as Oldberg stumbles to get up, Bobby zooms in into a spear, right through the air. He sends his ass right through the air. And Bobby, she basically just showing his dominance, toying with the old man. And then he clenches his feet right down on Oldberg's ankle. The ankle he supposedly broke at SummerSlam. And as Bobby attempts to crush Oldberg with a spear, he sprints right into the table. And as Goldberg goes into slingshot mode, he takes him out with takes Lashley out with a bullet spear. Yeah, let's see there. That was pretty fucking good right there too. Even Oldberg had a great match. Surprise. And Oldberg hits the jackhammer on Lashley as he takes the gloves off. Nope, about to get serious. And then we hit another spear on Lashley. Oldberg limps into a spear. Basically, damn near limped into the spear on Lashley through the barricade. And then he yells, the old geezer yells, you touched my son. You're dead. Oh my gosh. It's just so fucking hilarious. Like, the way he talks now, I don't know, like, that's how he always talks. But I know it's like because he's much older now. Cause I think he's like in his mid-50s. He sounds like a fucking, Santa. A buffed up Santa. It's like so fucking, like, it's like straight up comical. Like, oh my gosh. I just forced myself to like Goldberg now. Yeah, I like Goldberg. And then he blocked right onto the barricade as he yells, basically shoving Lashley's face repeatedly into the barricade as he just kept yelling, my son. My son, huh? Oh my gosh. And then he was like, I couldn't get enough of this. this shit was so comical, man. Like, oh my gosh. I don't care. Hopefully he comes back from work. I love hearing Goldberg. This shit is just too hilarious. Like his one-liners are just fucking like he would just totally work in a movie. He should start acting. Oh my gosh. He's like, you're gonna pay now. And then he has to, and then yeah, as Bobby goes up to the ramp, he had got Hurt Business comes out as they give him the kendo stick, and they about look like they about to beat on Goldberg or Oldberg. Then he proves to be a one man machine as he just kicks, kicks basically kicks Cedric and he slams Sheldon right into the ramp. And then after a quick onslaught of kendo madness, beating him up with the kendo stick, he looking real mean as he topples Lashley with a spear off the ramp right onto the tables. The set of tables that was down there. One for the 1, 2, 3. Yes, he like it was like just all throughout the match, all throughout the show. It just feels like it just ransackled onto everybody, just consistently, man. Just as I wanted, man. Just as I've been wanting, for WWE all these years. Just goodness gracious. It's just everybody had a match that was just you just couldn't get enough of. I wanted to continue on. Yeah, you just got that feeling that you just wanted it to not stop. I love that. I love seeing matches like this. Is why I love wrestling. It just gives you the all excitement and you just rouse up. It riles you up. I love it. And then after the match, of course, he couldn't help himself again. Kept saying one liners. He had to have one final one liner. He's been in movies too, so I guess he's been in movies before, so I guess he got addicted to that. He's been in movies since the 2000s, the mid 2000s. So as he before he etches off into the darkness, he like don't ever mess with my family. I just started kicking over and just busting laughing, man. I just couldn't get enough of his terrible one-liners. I love this shit, man. Like I said, I love Goldberg. I hope he continues to come back. I love it. Oh my gosh. And then we get into, as you see there, we get into finally Finn Balor versus Xavier Woods. As they battle for the King of the Ring. Like I said also, but I'll say it at the end. And then we start off. So we start off between Finn and Xavier with technical grappling. Technical grappling. As Finn wrestles Woods into a headlock. And then Xavier gets an upper hand as he Russian leg sweeps Balor. Then Xavier picks up Balor, sending him into a side slam, only to be headlocked again. Then, it was great tech. They was doing some great technician work. Yeah, you rarely see that anymore. As far as Brett, when you used to see that like Brett, I guess only one with Brett, and I think Mr. Perfect would kind of do it. You know, yeah, just a rarity. You don't see that much of that. And then a drop kick on Balor to the again. He did it on Raw before. As Xavier does a drop kick on Balor to the back as Balor's leading on the ropes. Then it was a drop kick. Then Balor did a drop kick to the chest to Xavier. Then it was a clap. You had the back and forth, obviously, as leading to a kick by Finn Balor to Woods. Then you had more back and forths, striking kicks, whatever. And you had as they were going up on the top rope, Xavier hits a big superplex once again from the very night on Raw too, as he covers for the 1-2 kick out by Baylor. And then Xavier attempts an elbow drop as Finn counters, for a quick roll up and hits a sleepaway on Woods. And it follows up with a catapult drop kick. Then enziguri by Xavier followed by a kick to the gut. with a giant side slam to the mat. Then you got Xavier sets Balor up, goes to the top for an elbow drop for the win. One, two, three. As you see there, yep. Well, I already knew this. Pretty much we all knew this. Because I said, as like I said, like I'm pretty much happy for him. Because I know he's been clamoring for this since 2015. And, like he's like, probably most like all of us, we grew up, watching King of the Ring as is synonymous with, Austin, Triple H, Brock Lesnar. I don't know if Shawn won one, but yeah. Yeah, I totally get it. He wanted to bring it back. And they just like, it's just that Vince fucks it up in the most possible, greediest, laziest way ever. As we just kind of could have got our, Queen's Crown too for the women. Like this could have been a really traumatic, tremendous deal for them. Really could have did more. Like really could have elevated somebody. Like I said, as far as someone like a Tony Storm, Liv Morgan. Like I said, like those girls haven't been on. Like Liv hasn't been on TV since Money in the Bank. Tony hasn't been on TV since July. So it's like, what the fuck are we having these tournaments for? You're giving it to people. Like I said, you're giving it to people who don't really need it. I'm sorry, like you probably might get offended also, but at the end of it, Xavier didn't really need it. Like I said, he was already been rewarded. Like he's at a point in his career where he just only needs, if he wants to, also he can go after a mid card title. Just like because he's done pretty much the tag team titles, but he just go after the Intercontinental title before he goes after the big one, World Championship. Yeah, like I said, like he didn't really need that. That could have elevated us, like I said, as far as someone like Mansoor, Ali, Ricochet, Morris, even more to Finn Balor. Like I don't think he really needed. Yeah, he was already. So yeah, as far as Mansoor, Ali, Ricochet, so many others. Like this doesn't make sense. That doesn't make sense at all. But yeah, I'm not gonna shit on his shit on his parade and take it from him, even though I pretty much did. But yeah, I'm really fucking happy for Xavier. As he accomplishes his dream. He's been wanting to be that his whole life. So yeah, hats off to him. And our next match, which was another classic. Well, yeah, it seems like like Drew and Big E seems to like clearly also, because I knew they all came up and basically because as Drew went to go reinvent himself, sadly, because Vince fucked him over the first time, which I'll talk about in the future. But yeah, clearly they've been together and growing up. Basically, when they was developing each other, I think it was at NXT. So and yeah, they clearly know each other in the ring, outside, wherever. And then they go into this match. They start off with a classic, Big E. I said Big E versus Big D. Oh, I still can't get over that too. Yeah, classics, test and sprints, back and forth, shoulder block, as giants collide. Big D was basically sizing up each other. As the dream matches usually do. Big D puts E in a headlock. As E Irish, as Big E Irish whips Big D into the turnbuckle. He turns around and gives him a thunderous clothesline. Then it was a D arm drag to a wrist lock by Big D. Elbow shoulder drop by Big E. As Big E storms over to Big D. Little did he know there was launching German suplexes. Big D launches him from a German suplex right into the black mat. Straight up kisses it. Then he got some chops from Big D. Strikes from Big E as Big D counters it into a Russian leg sweep as Big E tries to fight off. Stop saying it now. This guy's and then he runs straight into a jumping spine buster. Damn. Drew did a yeah jumping spine buster right out to Big E. And it's, and then Big E goes for a big splash, and then he walks right into a side slam. As big as Drew almost said it. As Drew unleashes hell, Big E basically, and then he gets up, the usual Shawn Michaels get up, and big roars, like his fucking bike, like he's a Viking on the battlefield, just going to battle with thousands of medieval soldiers. And then Big E hits this big splash with Drew. Then he goes for the 1, 2. There's a kick out, the first kick out. And then as they go back and forth, Drew runs right into a leaping spiked Miragami, as they called it. I was like, ooh, no, that was a good move right there. Then Big E tries to get momentum back, but he falls right back, right into the future shock. We rarely see that. He should bring that back. I want him to go heel after this. Hopefully he does, but soon. But I just want Drew to go heel, and hopefully he brings the chosen gimmick back. Probably most likely not, considering how he reinvented himself. But hopefully, man, hopefully, please. And Drew gets he almost does a claimer, but gets a power bomb, and Big E catches Drew into the big ending. Then you had your another kick out. And there was a bulldog right off the top rope as Big E kicks out again. And then Drew, they was like, oh, let's get the frustration starts to set in. And Drew finally catches Big E in a Claymore attack, but still comes close to a kick out. As Drew in the end fell, to basically Big E's steam mushroom, and as he did another monstrous big ending as Big E gets the victory. Big E retains World Heavyweight Championship, WWE Champion. As certified. Just another classic, just straight up classics in the show. Just like that's what I'm talking about. The consistency, I love it. Oh my gosh, man. Especially with just one of my favorite matches too. They clearly can, just put on, bring out the best in each other, just like Seth and Edge did. Just wow, goodness gracious. You can all out tonight. You can clearly see who brought out the greatest. Who knows how to work well with each other. They have extremely well chemistry. With Sasha, Bianca, and of course Becky Lynch. And then Roman Reigns and Brock Lesnar, Big E and Drew McIntyre. Like there's somebody on here that knew each other, that know each other well, that they gave us classics. Just fucking phenomenal. Just insane. And now, after the match, he gave, Big E basically claimed his throne. Just getting started. Just getting started. Yeah, Drew, he did a thumbs up. He did a thumbs up. Thanking him at sportsmanship, thanking him after the match. After that, tremendous match they had. Yeah, and that's it. Big E walks off as the World Heavyweight Champion, WWE Champion. Then we get our second co-main event. Loved it also too. As Sasha is a triple threat. And I do agree. This can possibly. I probably had to go back, but yeah, this possibly can be. This might be contending for absolutely one of the greatest triple threat women's matches of all time. All time. I don't know if Charlotte or Becky or Sasha or Bailey Alden did it before, but wow, definitely of this year or has to be in history. Goodness gracious, like the chemistry between these women is just insane, especially Sasha and Becky. Goodness gracious, like they just when they go out there, they fucking. It's like Sasha just mastered. It's like she completely mastered the art of wrestling. Like it's just cake now to her. It's like she's only 29. It's fucking surreal. And she's basically done everything. Like this, like, gosh, like, I just can't believe it. Like, she's only 29. She's done everything. But let's get into it. Bianca, uses like she usually does. She tried to use go for KD. She starts off. It starts off with Bianca uses Sasha to kick Lynch, and then she 4-way slams Banks into that. As Bianca easily, she gorilla plus. I know like Sasha has to be like 190 pounds or whatever because she's like pretty much a tiny girl, but yeah, she's pretty much a tiny woman. But Bianca's so fucking strong. Yeah, she picked up fucking Otis. Like, and you know how much he fucking weighs? That means you could pick up Wharton. She just, like, what the fuck? Bianca is just, yeah, that's a natural born, that is a natural born athlete right there. Like, Bianca is, like, ridiculously fucking strong. Just as much as Brock. Like, gosh. Yeah, she gotta be, yeah, the strongest athlete in the world, women's athlete in the world, or just pure athlete and just one of the strongest wrestlers in the wrestling ever. Just fun. Like she just like with ease, and she gorilla presses Banks into the air, and she like with one arm and then sends her right into the mat. And you had your usual back and forth between Sasha and Becky as Sasha sends Lynch into a deep arm drag as Sasha stays one step above head of Becky. Sasha launches from the rope on top of Becky with a meteor knee drop into a pin. And you had your first kick out. And then Sasha uses Becky to send her Bianca into the outside. Yeah, Sasha used Becky to send her into Bianca to the outside. And then Sasha traps Becky right to the first of the back statement. And then Bianca loads her trigger for a KOD, getting set up for a KOD, and then Becky missile drops her into the mat. So you had another back and forth between Bianca and Becky, leads to a bulldog by Becky. Then as Becky beats on Sasha, she comes straight down with a leg drop. Becky attempts for a missile drop. Then you had she attempts for another missile drop. She gets caught in a. Basically, they hugged her. You saw her. They got her. Yep. And she's basically pleading, no, let me go. As they send her right back to the turnbuckle, and then Bianca, Sasha go back and forth as usual. And Sasha smacks her right into the shoulder block as Bianca shoots into Sasha. Yeah, Bianca shoots into Sasha with a cork screw drop kick. Then Sasha pays, her usual homage to her hero, her idol, Eddie Guerrero, yeah, with just a barrage of the three amigos. Oh yes, beautiful, just beautiful. And just as he was just about to pay more homage, frog splash. And I hope she does that again too when she wins at WrestleMania. Championships or not. I hope she does it again. Then she knee drops Becky and sends Bianca face first into the turnbuckles. Becky and Sasha go back and forth again, as usual, setting up for the KOD. Bianca gets Becky to kick off Sasha, and then she gets countered by Becky. Then hits her with a gutbuster, tries to follow up for a splash, gets kneed by Becky. Sasha attempts to roll up. It's like, oh, this match don't feel like it went on for like 40 minutes almost, like 35, because they was just straight up waiting. Like he really let them go at it. Plus it's Saudi Arabia, so of course we wanted to put on the show. Ranking that game, ranking that cash. And Bianca power suplexes Becky. Sasha and Becky attempt a back statement again. Armball. Yeah, Sasha and Becky attempt a, Sasha attempts a bank statement, and then it was an armor bar by Becky as they both fail. As Bianca, fights off from it. Then there was a barrage of cuts by Becky. She karate kicked into Sasha to the turnbuckle, and she tried to do a top rope clothesline, but falls prey to the backstabber. And Sasha puts her in the back statement. It was a Bianca moonsaulted into Sasha and Becky as she attempts to pin. Wanted to kick out by both Sasha and Becky. Like, damn. And then Sasha uses you know, that she has been doing and being in the ring where she used try to use Bianca's ponytails against her, parading her with kicks, and then she gets caught ultimately with a slam. One two broken up by Becky again. It was they called it a Mandy Atom slam by Becky, and she goes for the cover. And it was a 1 2, wasn't it? Bianca bullet rolls right into Becky's face, breaking up the pin again. And then Becky sends Bianca into a barrage of her strikes, spitting, spatting all over her. And then Sasha and Bianca, basically fighting for superiority. As Becky comes at both of them with a diving clothesline. Damn, like, this match was just insane, fucking insane. Then Becky and put Sasha and Bianca into try to put both of them into an armbar. As Bianca sent Becky into a KOD. Then Sasha tried to fight for the pin. She like put Bianca out into the ring. And as she went into the ring, she thought she was going to get the pin. Try to get the almost this Aaron onto her. Becky pulls her into a roll up, and basically cheating to get the 1 2 3. Then Becky Lynch retains as another classic from all those three women. It's fucking incredible. Goodness, wow! Like just as usual as they do. Well, I was just like of course I would have preferred Bianca. So just like I know it wasn't going to be Sasha because she's staying on SmackDown, and Bianca and Becky Lynch was coming to Raw. But I just wish it was Bianca. I was gonna listen to much more of Becky. Oh my gosh, it's like Charlotte. It's like Charlotte, only more dumbed down. Oh Lord. Yep. And we have our final battle of the Beast. As Beast, as Brock and the Beast incarnate and Tribal Chief collide for the Universal Championship. Oh my gosh, this was a fucking, they blow right into the fucking gate. No stops and forth, like, no fucking story. They blow right into it. As basically they go back and forth, mugging each other as they battle off. Then he had a power uppercut by Roman Reigns, sends Brock flying to the turnbuckle. And then you got Lesnar powerless Roman right into the turnbuckle. He repeatedly, as he usually does, powerless right into the turnbuckle. And then he repeatedly shoulder blocks him to the gut. And then Lesnar smells blood. And she tried to go for a suplex, a German suplex. And Roman's like, no, come on. Get away from me. Fuck away from me, Brock. He elbows him as he escapes the first time, and Roman keeps he kept striking him and striking him, but he couldn't dodge for long because we get the first suplex early on, and then Brock tries to desperately suplex German suplex Roman again, and then he shoulder blocks him instead after Roman says no. And then Lesnar pushes Reigns into the barricade. Roman answers right back as he Irish whips Lesnar right into the steel ring post at first, and then Brock tries to get back into the ring. Then Roman says, "Oh," as he throws a Superman punch, the first Superman punch, into Lesnar right out of the ring, and then Roman looks on as he reaches into his arsenal, and then he does a leap. He does a straight up dive right into it's like he really had to leap. Damn, he like 240 pounds. Like goodness gracious, how did he get so high? Ugh. And then both men, get brought right back into a ring, and then Roman just splat hits Brock with a spear, and then Brock stumbles back up to his feet as Roman lands another Superman punch on him. Then Roman basically going on a killing spree. He's just letting all the blood loose as he hits Lesnar with another Superman punch. He's trying to keep him down. But, when Roman goes for the second spear, he bolts right into the turnbuckle as Brock Lesnar, he bolts right out the way. And then Brock hits another suplex. The third suplex, as he sends he Reigns and basically up, gasping for breath, and Brock Lesnar then he crashes Roman right to the mat with the F5. As yeah, Roman does that, he has another kick, the first kick out. Yep, that damn near kick out again. And then Brock attempts another F5. There's Roman Reigns, 6 minutes of the guillotine. Then Brock lays the second, F5, but he's just like a bully ball pin. Knocks the ref off. Like, these refs is weak as fuck. Like, I know it's like, come on, man. Like, you a man and you get hicked out that quick. But WWE logic. Like, come on. And then you also like, oh my gosh, I wouldn't show my face ever again if I got lifted up like that. Like, yeah, like ref, just Brock easily lifting the ref up. Just damn, like how could you be a man show your face every day after that? Just wow. You let Brock pick you up like that. I know Brock is just ridiculously fucking strong, also as he has been, but damn, at least give him some effort to do so. Like, oh my gosh. Like he just casually lifts him up. Like he must weigh as much as the women. Like, and then he his Brock turns around, he gets another spear from Reigns. Then just as both men lay the rights in the ring, just them. Gosh, they're just giving it their all at this point. Just at this point, you just don't care who wins. But of course, Reigns still gonna win, of course. And then I thought, I don't know. I'll talk about that also, but yes, Heyman throws the Universal belt, in the middle. I don't know. I don't know what I'm thinking, but yeah, he gets, and then that's when Brock gets blindsided by, Uso kid. And then, run over by the Universal belt itself. And then, yeah, 1, 2, 3. As Reigns over, and the Island of Relevancy continues. Fucking classic. Certified. Whole show just straight up fucking phenomenal. Like I said, like this may be the greatest in the last 20 years. Like this may has been the best fucking event they've ever did. But I know it wasn't for us. Because, like I said, how big they are in Saudi Arabia, but I got at least I got a fucking at least we got a phenomenal show out of it. Just strictly all throughout, just impeccable. Like this all throughout. Even like I said, even Oldberg had a great match. Just like this may just be the best in the last 20 years. This may be the greatest event like ever. I mean, yeah, not like all time, of course, like not that far. I'm just saying, as far as like them having their actually like this may have been. I don't know how as far as the competitive story, I don't know how they could top this. Like this is the best event of 2021. Like it's just that like everybody had a damn near classic, perfect fucking show. Like damn near. Edge, Seth, Brock Lesnar, Roman Reigns, Sasha, of course, Becky Lynch, and Bianca. Mansoor and Ali. They supposed to be starting one of us that's starting the fucking match. You have them have a fucking classic as well? Fuck. How the fuck you going to top that? They brought all the fucking stuff. How is AEW going to top this? But yeah, I loved it. One of my favorite shows of 2021. If only it can go continuously like that, but I guess, yeah, we'll see. Of course, the same. It goes back to being the usual boring ass shows. But yeah, I will say, like I said, it was a tremendous show. Loved it. Hope y'all enjoyed y'all night also too. As it was impeccable. Loved every second of it. Oh yeah, before I go, like I said, like I know why they had this event early and so early. Also, because they competed with probably AEW involved in it, but really know why they had this event that much early. That's it, because they wanted to get that Saudi Arabia money as much as possible. People got mad, He got into his feelings. A little, oh, he said, dumbest tweet of the day. It deserves to shut the fuck up. It deserves to shut the fuck up. Like, like damn, like I didn't say what. I'm only saying the obvious. Like y'all, really, just for the ones that out there that really don't think that Vince is really not for y'all, and let's like I've been saying, like he really thinks he really gives a damn, like he been saying. That's an ad. That's a face. That's to sell a face. That's what businessmen do. It's called a bit. That's what salesmen do. They sell you what you want to hear. So the customer, they sell what the customer wants to hear, and that's how they get business. That's how business sells. Like I said, it's proven. He's done interviews. They've been saying that they're not they're sports entertainment, even when they were a federation. Like I said, he said he hated professional wrestling. He did not care about professional wrestling. That's why, the way WWE is where it is because, the men around him, as far as like Jim Cornette, Jim Ross, Vince Russo, Eric Bischoff. Yeah, they just the true. Oh, well, not really Eric Bischoff, but as far as like Jim Ross and Jim Cornette, truly the men that really know wrestling, lives in their blood, and that's how he got much far. People really think, like I said, people really think Vince really gives a damn about whether they want to get a great show or not, or just to overall improve, elevate wrestling much more and more. That's like I said, he don't give a fuck about that. He's a businessman. He's even said he's a businessman. So dollars mean much more, as they always have been. And that's that. Like, you can't get. Yeah, people like saying, shut up, like, who cares about politics? But okay. Alright. They care about politics when, WWE eventually goes right straight into the fucking dirt. Guess I'll care about politics then, huh? Fucking annoying. Like, people really just don't even look to the fact and then just whine and fucking bitch and moan and cry and get on their knees because they get, saying wrong. Why is it like this? And then wonder why it's like this. Because nobody cares. Nobody gives a fuck to even, actually care about the sport besides being, a dumbass, blonded casual. And it's just a shame. That's why, supporters, the wrestling community is a part of it. Y'all just don't care. I mean, to the ones that don't. But, I'll get into my videos later. And I might just, also, I don't know why, but, Renee said, if you look it up, she said, I don't know. She feel like Undertaker was becoming a parody of himself. Like he kind of was, but she said as far as like taking Pitbull out, like okay, that doesn't really pertain to the fact that he's, Ric Flair and Shawn Michaels. The one time he came back in 2018, sadly, and then Hulk Hogan. Like that doesn't him introducing Pitbull. That doesn't pertain to that. Oh, that's weird. I don't know why she said that. I know she was trying to say, but no, that's not. Yeah, they did make history. Ali and Mansoor being the first two Muslims to compete against each other for the first time on the WWE main event. But yeah, that's everything I had to say, and it was much impeccable. And I'll see y'all tomorrow, Friday, when apparently a whole new era begins. Haha. Yeah, right. See y'all Friday.